Hello and welcome back to Democracy 3. I am the ConflictNerd and I'm not really all that ill anymore. So we're gonna be playing as Malcolm Tucker. And if you don't know who Malcolm Tucker is, then go watch The Thick of It and the film In the Loop. He's played by Peter Capaldi and he's very angry. But he's a good politician, so we're gonna play as Malcolm Tucker. Interestingly enough, Malcolm Tucker is the next Doctor, so that might surprise you a little bit when you watch The Thick of It. But all that aside, I'm not entirely sure where we left off. We have a deficit right now, so I guess that might want to be our focus. Did we never got rid of organized crime, did we? What about alcohol abuse? It is dropping. So is the technology backwater. I think those are pretty much dealt with. I think the next step is going to have to be bringing money to the economy. So a petrol tax, I want to bring an extra 1.5 billion, approximately. That'll do. So apply those changes. People aren't going to be happy, but they're going to have to deal with it. Alcohol is already being heavily taxed. I could introduce something new here. Excuse me. A junk food tax won't bring in much. That'll cost more money. That costs money. The luxury goods tax could bring in some money, and it is going to be quite popular, so I will implement that. That'll bring 4.55 billion. The wealthy, the capitalists, and high earnings are going to be down, but that's fine. I want this to bring in closer to 7 billion per quarter. This is more of a... I guess you could consider this borderline communist. It's more of a one for all kind of thing, as opposed to all for one. Which is sort of what, if I remember correctly, communism is all about, isn't it? The idea is that everyone earns the same. No one gets exceedingly rich and leaves everyone behind. So I guess that is a borderline communist idea. That wealthy people are punished for being rich, in a sense. I know it's probably not. I'm probably talking out my arse, but bear with me. I just need to bring in some money. So let's go to the next quarter. What have we got? People smuggling. A large number of people have been caught entering our country inside cargo containers. Allow them to stay. There is strong evidence that they were desperate to flee persecution. No. I'm gonna deport them. I don't mind people moving into the country, but I don't want people moving in illegally. That's the last thing we need, and now we have a good surplus of money. How's this going? That is still dropping. Now, the intelligence services are currently maxed. That's still going okay. Can we do anything to the we can. We can up the policing. So how much? We have 7.94 billion surplus, so let's put an extra... What was that? What is it? Of it there? So let's put an extra billion, almost, into policing. And hopefully we'll get rid of alcohol abuse sooner as opposed to later. Let's look at my popularity. It did drop there, but that's okay. Let's quit that bit of tutorial. Let's look at the detailed polls. Okay, so... Okay. Yes, I know how this works. I get... No, quit tutorial. Okay. My most popular policy seems to be the prison thing. My least popular being all of these. They're gonna have to deal with it, frankly. That's the way I'm running this country. They'll have to vote me out if they want rid of it. Now let's look at the military spending. There is no income, it just costs money. Patriots will be happy if I put an overwhelming force in, but we can't afford it. Okay, we don't need to up military spending. Not at all. Honestly, I am at a point where I want to try and create some jobs. I'm just not entirely sure how to do it without bankrupting the government. So let's hit next here. Yeah, we'll see. So one of our neighbouring countries has had a publicly announced case of foot and mouth. Although the chances of the disease being spread is low, should we ban the import? Well, I don't want the UK to have this problem, so we will ban importing those goods. Oh, we have a good surplus again, and we are still quite popular. It seems that the Conservatives are quite happy with me. Socialists are happy. Capitalists, not so much. Retired people, yes. Environmentalists, state employees. Okay, I've sort of got everyone very happy then. I guess I'm a better leader than I thought. Now, it is good that we have a bit more money here. That is fantastic news. How is this going? Is this almost done? Yes, these are almost out of the way. That'll be great to be done with those. The technology backwater is still being dealt with. Now, what's this? Let's look once again at this big problem here. Homelessness. Unemployment is contributed to by a lot of things. Technology, private schools, state schools, science funding. Alright, let's go to schools. We can afford to spend up to 13 billion. I want to spend maybe 5 billion, so let's put this up to 32 billion. Actually, how much do I have to spend to get... So it's a 27. Just to get student laptops. I can afford that, and I'm gonna do it. Because I want people to be smarter. This is a big deal. I want them to know about technology from a young age. Oh, an oil pipeline has been attacked. A new situation has been developed. Our tax system is encouraging the best and brightest entrepreneurs to leave the country altogether and make money elsewhere. As a result, we are losing out both on their knowledge and skills and also the potential tax revenue from them. This may be a sign that we are overtaxing the wealthy and successful. Okay, it's caused by the luxury goods tax. We might want to deal with that then. Okay, so where is this brain? There's the brain drain. We still have a bit of a surplus. Okay, luxury goods tax. I want to bring that down to maybe 25%. Meaning something else does need to be increased though. So what is this one? Property tax. Up that by 2% just to bring in a little bit more money. What about this one? This is the sales tax. Okay. This affects the poor disproportionately and thus increases inequality. Supporters argue that this is relatively easy to collect and affects everyone and is thus fair. I'm gonna put this up by 1%. Actually, or was it? It was, if we revert changes, I want to put it up by 2%. Okay. The tobacco tax. Now this one, I can't actually raise right now, so we'll skip out on that for this quarter. Let's see. Ah, wonderful. Alcohol abuse is gone. Fantastic. We do have a big deficit though. Also, this is going to be gone soon. Okay, tobacco tax. We are going to max it. There we go. That's going to do absolutely nothing, but that will just get rid of any smoking problems. Alcohol tax has been maxed. Capital gains tax is a tax levied on non-salary income such as stock market profits. Okay. It affects the wealthy and business owners and will raise more money if the economy is booming, because it taxes profits from investments. Okay, the economy is not booming, therefore there's not much point. Income tax. Perhaps not. We need to cut spending. What are we spending a lot of money on? Schools right now, isn't it? Schools and science. Okay, this is good. This is at a good level, so let's cut back on scientific funding a little bit. I'm not a big fan of this. In fact, could I cut back on... Can I cut back on... Not the State Health Service. Food Standards Agency doesn't cost enough to make it worth cutting. Military spending. Okay, we're gonna cut. How much do we need? 7.6 billion. We're gonna cut 5 billion from the... I have my mouth covered. That's a really bad thing to do for a video, isn't it? Oh, I can't actually do it. Okay. I wanted to cut 5 billion, but whatever. Oh dear. What's this? Businesses tell us that they can't find enough skilled and trained people. The modern economy is increasingly skills-based. Okay, well... Okay, restrict these banking bonuses. Okay, so we have a skills problem. What is this problem? Immigration is a big deal. Technology is being positive towards that. Education isn't. Now, why isn't education doing anything? What is impacting education negatively? Technology. Why is technology impacting education in a negative way? I don't quite get that. We don't... Okay, so scientific funding. But scientific funding is... is the only thing that's positively impacting technology. Okay, we're going to have a focus on evolution. I want technology to zoom ahead. We need to find a way to deal with this skills shortage. Immigration has declined, but it is still an issue. That sounds incredibly racist. Good job, me. Of course, what I mean by immigration being an issue is that it seems that immigration is just negatively impacting several things. Also, our deficit right now is massive. So we're gonna cut. In fact, we can't. Next. Media backlash. Credit rating downgraded. There's now an... Oh, the asthma epidemic is over. Okay, we need to cut military spending. In fact, we're gonna cut it in half. So, what's that about? 12,500? 12.5 billion, rather. Okay. That'll help a little bit. Let's go to the next quarter. I think the next one's going to be an election. Oh, here we go. Let's see how this goes. Am I going to be voted out? Let's start the count. No, I'm good. Oh my god. Okay, that was a booming success right there. Alright, I'll take that. Let's have a quick look at the breakdown. Okay. It seems that the capitalists voted against me. The ethnic minorities didn't vote. Who was my biggest supporter then? The poor? 98% of the poor voted for me. 99% of the socialists. Okay. Okay, let's begin my next term in office. I'll take that. Alright, the technology backwater is over. Religious symbols in schools. There's a pressure for us to introduce a law to ban the wearing of religious symbols. This would include wearing the... Ooh, okay. No, I don't want to... I want to reject that ban. That's a very controversial topic that I don't want to even go near it in a video. Basically, I don't want to go near it. Okay, pollution controls. Let's just max that to keep people happy, because I'm not a big fan of pollution. Agricultural subsidies we can't actually afford. We still need to increase taxes, though. Inheritance tax. I want to up that a bit. What do we need? 3 billion. Oh dear. You know, we're not going to take that much. We're going to take 35%. of your inheritance because we're bastards. It's only temporary though, it'll go down eventually. This is so close to being at an end. Maybe I'm gonna cut benefits because I want homelessness. Hold on, that negative. Okay. Yes, I see. So negatively impacting homelessness means that it goes down. If I cut that, it means that homelessness becomes an even bigger issue. So upping benefits would actually make sense. It negatively impacts poverty and homelessness, but I can't afford to do it, so let's revert changes. I don't want benefits to be my focus. I want my focus to be getting people into jobs, as opposed to giving them money to sit at home. Labour laws are basically restrictions on a worker's right to strike. Capitalists argue that such restrictions are vital. Trade unionists consider the right to strike to be fundamental. Pro-union, pro-employer. I don't know. It is, interestingly, cheaper for me to go pro-employer, but socialists will not be happy. No, I don't want to risk that one. What's this? Income tax. I can't touch it. Corporation tax. Some argue that this should be the only form of taxation. Okay. Corporation tax. Let's get an extra 15 billion. This will actually make the socialists happy. So let's go for that. Apply. Oh, I can't do it right now. Alright, next term. Let's see what I get. Oh! I've made the country a green and pleasant land. Let's keep the ban on whaling. I don't actually care to read that because whaling is going nowhere. I want that extra 15 billion from the corporations. We're taking 26% of their capital. The brain drain is going down, which is great. Income tax and luxury goods tax is still a problem though. We already have a surplus actually, so let's cut the luxury goods tax altogether. And we will keep... Wait a minute. Okay, that'll get rid of the problems that we're having with this brain drain right now. Luxury goods tax is going away completely. I've completely reversed that policy that I added in the first place. The plastic bag tax, I'm actually going to implement that because it already exists. So, yes, there we go. The capitalists do not like me at all, do they? Recreational drugs, enterprise investment scheme. No, let's go to public services and see what we can put in over here. Free eye tests. Organ donation, public libraries, technology colleges. I feel like uni grants and technology colleges are necessary. School vouchers. Doesn't cost anything and it'll take 1 quarter to implement, so we'll go ahead and add that. There we go. This will hate socialism a bit, but it will up all of these things, and I want that.